That old wooden welcome sign still leans a little to the right. The paint has faded through the years, but it shines every Friday night. The gravel crunches underneath the same old tires every July. Like every road in this small town knows exactly where to drive. There's a white church on the corner with a bell that's never late, a feed store down on Main Street, and the fairgrounds past the gate. Mr. Johnson grills sweet corn, Miss Louise still bakes her pies. Kids line up for cotton candy with excitement in their eyes. The Ferris wheel climbs toward the moon like it has for years before. Every turn brings back a memory of who we were before. Then I see you by the ticket booth, smiling underneath the lights, and suddenly this little town feels brand new tonight. Some folks dream of city skylines, some chase distant shores, but every road worth taking always brings me here once more. This old fairground feels like home, where no heart ever walks alone. Country songs, summer skies, love reflected in your eyes. This old fairground feels like home, even when the years have flown. Every ride, every cheer brings us back again each year. This is where my story starts. This old fairground feels like home. We stop beside the quilt display, every pattern stitched with care. Each square held another family, another memory living there. The livestock barns were buzzing, young hands brushing prize-winning steers, parents smiling from the railings, holding back proud tears. The little train circled slowly, children waving all the while. Grandpas tipped their weathered hats at every passing child. You bought 2 cups of peach ice cream, it melted in the evening heat. We laughed as it dripped down our hands, still somehow tasting sweet. This old fairground feels like home, where every season brings us close. Every laugh, every dance feels like one more second chance. This old fairground feels like home, right where simple dreams are grown. One more song, one more kiss, life don't get much better than this. The fiddles echoed through the splay, boot heels tapped across old pine. The caller shouted every move like he'd been doing it for life. We danced until the fireworks burst above the Ferris wheel. Every color painted promises that words could never seal. You leaned against my shoulder as the last slow song was played. The whole world seemed to disappear while the county band still swayed. I whispered if time stood still, I'd never ask for more. You smiled and softly answered, I already have. Years may repaint these buildings, new rides may come and go. Children will become parents faster than we'll ever know. But there'll always be one place where yesterday still waits, just beyond the cattle barns and the old white entrance gate, where first loves become lifelong loves, where neighbors become friends, where every summer reminds us the best things never really end. This old fairground feels like home, still the place my heart belongs. Every mile, every year pulls me gently back right here. This old fairground feels like home, like an old familiar song. As long as the Ferris wheel turns and fiddles softly play, you'll always find me walking beside you on another warm July day. At this old fairground that feels like home. The lights dim slowly, the last truck pulled away. The breeze carried one final fiddle note, and somewhere beyond the cornfields, home was still glowing. The heat of the day had settled down, a cool breeze drifted through the pines. Pickup trucks rolled one after another like they were keeping perfect time. The old fair banner waved hello the same way it always had. Another July, another chapter of the best days we've ever had. You met me by the grandstand gate with a sunflower in your hair. The sunset wrapped around your smile like it knew it belonged there. The loudspeaker welcomed everyone, the marching band played proud and loud. Neighbors waved across the Midway, every face looked happy in the crowd. We wandered through their handmade booths, stopping every little while. You somehow knew the vendors' names and greeted each one with a smile. You always made this little town feel bigger than the map could show, not because of where we lived, but because of how you loved. The first ride started turning, the first fiddle found its tune. Every summer story always seemed to start this soon. July dreams on the Midway, where the lights outshine the stars, where every laugh becomes forever, no matter where we are. July dreams on the Midway, take my hand and don't let go. We'll dance until the last song plays and follow where the fireflies go. One sweet night, one old fair, 1,000 memories waiting there. The pie tent smelled like cinnamon, fresh peaches and blackberry wine. Old Miss Clara winked and said, "Y'all make a mighty handsome line." We laughed and shared one paper plate sitting underneath an oak. The breeze carried little bits of music between every word we spoke. The livestock judges made their rounds, kids stood proudly by their steers, their hard work shining in their eyes after waiting all those years. The Ferris wheel kept climbing higher, painting circles in the dark, like someone had taken handfuls of stars and scattered them through the park. July dreams long after summer's past. The dance hall door stood open wide, boots gliding over weathered pine. Teenagers learning the two-step beside couples who've danced a lifetime. We joined the circle laughing, missing turns now and then. You said, we'll get it someday. I answered, we're already winning. Then fireworks painted the river red and silver, blue and gold. Every burst reflected softly in a love that never grew old. I looked across the fairgrounds and thanked the Lord above for giving ordinary people extraordinary love. If someone asked what happiness is, I wouldn't need much time. It's not found in fancy places or mountains left to climb. It's hearing a fiddle at sunset, holding your hand through the crowd, watching little kids chase fireflies, laughing just a little too loud. It's watching the Ferris wheel turning, knowing next July we'll return. Because the best traditions are the ones love keeps alive. July dreams on the Midway, still shining in my soul. Every ride, every smile makes this old heart whole. July dreams on the Midway, like an old familiar tune. Every year they bring me back to another warm June. Oh, another warm July, right where we belong. Take my hand, we'll walk these grounds until the stars all fade from view. Because every July dream always ends with you. The Midway grew quiet, the moon climbed higher. The last land flickered, and somewhere beyond the Ferris wheel, another July dream was already beginning. Morning started clear and bright, blue sky stretched from fence to fence. By noon the town was buzzing loud with happy hearts and confidence. By sunset every back road lane was filled with trucks and laughing friends. Everybody knew tonight was one we'd hate to see end. The old fair banner caught the breeze as folks poured through the open gate. The smell of roasted corn and smoke made every minute worth the wait. I found you near the grandstand wearing boots I'd always known, a little red plaid tied around your waist,
somehow looking just like home. You smiled and pointed toward the ride's last one there buys lemonade. I laughed and started running, though I knew I'd lose the race. You reached the Ferris wheel first, raised your hands up in the air. That smile could have outshined every light at the county fair. The band was warming up, the sky turned shades of gold. Every little second felt like something we could hold. Blue skies, bonfires and fairground lights, keeping young hearts burning bright. Take my hand, let's steal the night till the morning sun arrives. Blue skies, bonfires and fairground lights, every dream feels so alive. If love has got a hometown, it's right here tonight. We wandered through the cattle barns where proud young farmers stood, talking about another season and hoping next year's just as good. The quilting hall was packed with folks admiring every careful stitch. Old ladies swapped familiar stories, each one somehow growing rich. The meat brass band played underneath the biggest oak in town. Children clapped without a care while leaves came floating down. You pulled me toward the old photo booth, we squeezed into the frame. 4 little pictures later, nothing ever looked the same. Blue skies, bonfires and fairground lights, summer living done just right. One slow dance, one country song, one place where we belong. Blue skies, bonfires and fairground lights, shining deep into the night. No matter where tomorrow leads, tonight is ours to keep. The fireworks bloomed above the trees, painting colors on the creek. The Ferris wheel kept turning slow like forever every week. We sat upon the tailgate watching sparks drift through the dark. The bonfire crackled softly, sending embers like tiny stars. You rested close beside me, wrapped up in my old coat. The crickets sang the harmony to every word we spoke. Then silence settled gently like only country evenings can. Sometimes all that's really needed is your favorite girl and an open patch of land. Someday we'll trade this tailgate for rocking chairs out back, watching grandkids chase fireflies down an old familiar track. We'll tell them how the county fair always brought the whole town near, how strangers became neighbors every single summer here. And when they ask what love looked like before the world moved so fast, I'll smile and point toward the sunset, where simple things always seem to last. Blue skies, bonfires and fairground lights, still the picture in my mind. Every laugh, every kiss gets sweeter over time. Blue skies, bonfires and fairground lights, calling us back every July. Long after all the rides are gone, their glow still fills the sky. Take my hand, let's drive these roads until the dawn appears. We'll keep chasing summer for another 100 years. With blue skies, bonfires, and fairground lights. The bonfire faded, the Midway slept, the stars stood watch, and somewhere beyond the fields, another July was already waiting. The banner stretched across Main Street, welcome to the county fair. The whole town came alive again, you could feel it in the air. The church bells rang at 5:30, the old parade had just gone by. Every porch was waving flags beneath the painted summer sky. I pulled up in my daddy's truck, freshly washed the night before. Mama laughed and shook her head, "You're shining up that truck once more." I grinned and grabbed my lucky hat, the one Grandpa always wore. He said, "Every good country story starts with opening one more door." You were waiting by the entrance, holding tickets in your hand. I reached into my pocket too, you laughed, "Looks like we overplanned." So we handed one away to a little boy nearby. His smile lit up the whole Midway, brighter than the evening sky. Funny how little kindness finds its own reward. Before the music even starts, your heart already feels restored. One ticket, two hearts, that's all we really need. A summer night, some county lights and fields of waving green. One ticket, two hearts, walking side by side, through every laugh, through every song on this old county ride. Love ain't counted by the price of anything you own. Sometimes one ticket gets two hearts home. The marching band had started playing, children danced along the street. Neighbors waved from folding chairs, keeping time with tapping feet. We wandered past the livestock pens where ribbons hung in red and blue. Every proud young farmer smiled, showing all their hard work through. The smell of smoked brisket drifted, mixing with warm apple pie. You caught me looking at dessert and simply rolled your eyes. Let's eat first, then pie. I laughed, you know me way too well. One ticket, two hearts, every summer starts this way. One small town, one big smile, one perfect holiday. One ticket, two hearts, the Ferris wheel above. Round and round the years may go, but not this kind of love. We danced beneath the pavilion where old wooden floors still sang. Every boot step left another mem with every fiddle that was played. The caller yelled another two-step. Grandma spun with practiced grace. Teenagers tried copying them, smiling all across the place. As fireworks lit the evening, you leaned into my side. The whole fair reflected softly in your bright and hopeful eyes. I realized in that quiet moment, standing underneath the stars, home was never just a place. It was wherever you are. Someday these tickets will be faded, pressed inside an old scrapbook, beside photographs and wristbands, and every second look. We'll show them to our grandkids. When they ask how we first met, we'll tell them it wasn't anything fancy, just one county fair, one warm July, and a whole lot of yes. One ticket, two hearts, still walking hand in hand through every season, every mile across this country land. One ticket, two hearts, still the sweetest thing I know. No matter where this life may lead, there's one place we'll always go. Back where the Ferris wheel turns, back where the fiddles start, back to another summer night with one ticket and two hearts. The gate closed slowly, the lights faded, the ticket stub stayed in, folded in my wallet, right beside of love. That still belongs to you. A warm breeze rolled across the fields as daylight kissed the pines goodbye. The county fair came back to life beneath a soft July sky. Old trucks lined the gravel road, neighbors gathered one by one. Another year of memories, another night of country fun. I heard the band before I saw the lights that stretched across the square. The smell of sweet corn, smoked barbecue was floating through the evening air. Then there you were beside the gate with a smile brighter than the lights. Your cowboy boots kicked up the dust as you walked into the night. You slipped your hand into mine like we'd never spent a day apart. Funny how the smallest touch can settle a restless heart. The Ferris wheel began to turn, painting circles in the sky. You looked at me and softly said, let's stay till the last ride. The first stars found their places, the fiddles found their tune. Everything felt possible under the Ferris wheel moon. Under the Ferris wheel moon, we'll be dancing all night long. Two hearts beating perfectly to an old hometown song. Under the Ferris wheel moon, where forever feels so near. Every summer finds us back right here, year after year. Hold me close, don't rush the night. Let's chase these county lights. Under the Ferris wheel moon, we wandered past the quilt display, every stitch a family name. Old photographs and ribbons won, keeping history the same. Children laughed on bumper cars, teenagers stood by shiny trucks. Grandpa swapped old fishing tales about bass and borrowed blues. We bought 2 cups of fresh sweet tea, sat beneath the giant oak, watching all the little moments that make small town people close. Then the fiddler played a slow one, couples gathered near the stage. You looked up with hopeful eyes like we'd never aged. Under the Ferris wheel moon, everything feels right somehow. No better place, no better time than standing here right now. Under the Ferris wheel moon, where our dreams all seem to bloom. One slow dance, one warm embrace, one unforgettable place. The fireworks climb toward heaven, blooming red and gold above. Every burst reflected softly in the eyes of the one I love. The Ferris wheel reached its highest point. We looked across the countryside. Barn lights flickered in the distance like stars had learned to hide. You whispered, I hope this never ends. I smiled and answered slowly, even when the fair packs up, these memories never go. You rested on my shoulder, the night stood still somehow. I wish forever looked exactly like this moment now. Maybe years from now we'll visit, holding little hands instead, watching our own children laugh where these same old latches flow. We'll tell them stories of this place, of first dances, fairs in June, though they'll remind us with a grin it was July, not June. We'll laugh beneath these same old lights like we always seem to do, 'cause every county fair still somehow leads me back to you. Under the Ferris wheel moon, still my favorite place to be. Every song, every smile brings you back to me. Under the Ferris wheel moon, where our story still goes on. As long as summer finds this town, our love will never be gone. Take my hand, one more ride, one more slow dance, side by side, we'll meet again. Under the Ferris wheel moon, every July, for the rest of our lives. The Ferris wheel slowed, the last song played, the moon stayed high. Saturday rolled around again, like an old friend coming home. The county roads are full of trucks, every one of them headed where we all belong. The fields are glowing in the evening light, windows down, radios loud. You could almost hear the Ferris wheel calling folks from every town around. I picked you up just after 6. Daddy grinned from the porch swing, said bring her back before sunrise. You laughed, he's dreaming. You hopped into my old bench seat, your boots tapped along with the beat. That old truck had seen 1,000 miles, but never carried something quite this sweet. We crossed a little wooden bridge where the river shimmered gold. You leaned your elbow out the window, watching the summer unfold. Then over the hill we saw them shine, those carnival lights burning bright like someone had scattered stars across another Saturday night. You squeezed my hand, I looked your way, didn't need another sign. The best nights always start before you even cross the county line. Saturday night, county lights, everything feels so right. Take my hand, don't let go, we've got nowhere else to go. Saturday night, county lights, hearts beating with the music tonight. Every laugh, every smile makes this old road worth the miles. If heaven looks like anywhere, I hope it feels like this. Saturday night, county lights, and one sweet kiss. The livestock barns were buzzing, blue ribbons hanging with pride. Kids stood taller than the tractors with their prize-winning calves beside. The pie contest was winding down, Peach had barely beat pecan. Old Miss Betty raised her ribbon like she'd known it all along. We tried our luck at a ring toss, you laughed every time I missed. Then I finally won a little horse with one lucky final pitch. You hugged me right there in the crowd like nobody else was near. Funny how 1,000 voices disappear when love is clean. Saturday night, fades. The dance floor filled beneath the pavilion, boots drummed on weathered pine. Young couples learning two-step turns while old pros kept perfect time. You laughed when I missed a step, then spun me back around. Said don't worry about the moves, just don't stop now. The Ferris wheel turned slow above us like a giant clock of light, measuring moments instead of minutes on another perfect night. Fireworks burst above the trees, painting silver across your face. I wish the whole world could stand still inside this little place. Years from now this truck may rust, these boots may show their age. The fair may add new rides and games, the band may change the stage, but I'll still know this feeling, the first cool breeze after the heat, the smell of hay and kettle corn, the sound of boots on gravel streets. And I'll remember how you smiled when the lights first caught your eyes. Some memories don't grow older, they just grow dear with time. Saturday night, county lights still burning in my mind. Every road, every mile always leads me back in time. Saturday night, county lights, where young hearts learn to fly. Every summer, every year, I still feel you standing here. Take my hand, one more ride, let's stay until the morning light. There's no memory where life leads us, I'll always chase. Saturday night, county lights. The Midway grew quiet, the stars stayed bright. The old Chevy rolled home, but somewhere beyond those fields, Saturday night never really ends. The moon climbed high above the fair, his laughter echoed through the trees. One by one the ride slowed down, carried by the evening breeze. The smell of hay and kettle corn still lingered in the cooling air. Everybody knew the night was ending at the old county fair. The auction tents had all gone quiet, blue ribbons fluttered in the wind. The rodeo arena settled down till another year rolled in. Families gathered by their trucks, loading prizes, folding chairs. Little kids fought sleepy eyes, still clutching teddy bears. The band was packing up their gear when the filler took the mic. He smiled and said, "We've got one more." The whole crowd cheered alike. Then those first sweet steel guitar notes floated softly through the night. You reached for me before I asked, like every pain was right. The stars leaned in, the crickets sang. The Ferris wheel stood still. Every heart upon those fairgrounds wanted song forever. We stepped onto the wooden floor, worn smooth by years of boots. Every board held old love stories, every night had deep old roots. The couple swayed in quiet circles, grandparents beside brand new love. 3 generations moving gently under stars above. You rested softly on my shoulder, I could hear your heartbeat slow. Funny how a simple moment can become the one you never let go. The fiddle cried, the steel guitar answered, harmony filled the square. There wasn't one empty heart standing anywhere. Last slow dance at the county fair, nothing else could quite compare. One more turn, one more smile, let's forget the passing miles. Last slow dance at the county fair, leave tomorrow waiting there. Tonight belongs to you and me, just let this melody carry us. Little girls in cowboy boots kept spinning near the stage. Teenage boys tried acting cool, though love was on every page. Grandpas held their sweethearts close like they had for 40 years. Grandma smiled through happy tears, remembering younger years. I looked around that dance floor and suddenly understood. Love isn't measured by perfection, it's measured by showing up again and again. Through every season, like you said you would. Someday this old dance hall may finally close its doors. Someone else may buy the land or build brand new stores, but they can never tear down the music in our hearts, or every promise whispered here when this last dance starts. We'll come back every summer, even if it's only in our minds, because the best kind of home is the one that follows you long after you leave it behind. Last slow dance at the county fair, I'll still find you waiting there. When the fiddles play across the years, I'll hear them loud and clear. Last slow dance at the county fair, the sweetest answer to every prayer. Take my hand, don't say goodbye, because love like ours never has to. Every summer, every July, the music starts again, and we're still dancing at the county fair. The final note faded, the lights blinked low, the gravel lot slowly emptied. But somewhere on an old wooden dance floor, 2 shadows are still split to one last country song.
Every July this little town puts on its Sunday best. Fresh paint on the welcome sign, red ribbons on every fence. The smell of sweet corn fills the air as tractors line the square. And every heart starts beating faster when it's county fair time here. The sun was settling in the west, turning clouds to shades of flame, when you came walking through the gate and every head turned just the same. Not because you wore diamonds or some city designer thing, just a yellow summer sundress that danced with every breeze. Cowboy boots, a little dusty hair tied back with a ribbon blue. You smiled at folks along the way like that's just what good hearts do. I tipped my hat and called your name. You smiled before I spoke. Said took you long enough. I laughed. I got caught behind a slow old truck. The Midway lights came shining on, the band began to play. The whole world disappeared when you looked my way. County queen in a sundress, giving every heart in sight. You shine brighter than the Ferris wheel, lighting up the summer night. County queen in a sundress, walking through this little town. You don't need a silver crown. You wear kindness like it's gold. That's why you'll always own my soul. Through the flower tent, sunflowers standing tall. You stopped to smell the wild bouquets growing by the garden wall. The quilting lady smiled at you, asked if we'd set a wedding date. You turned bright red and laughed it off, said guess they'll have to wait. We watched the rodeo begin, cowboys chasing one more dream. Dust rising underneath the lights like a picture from a magazine. You cheered louder than anyone, every rider earned your praise. You found joy in every little thing in 100 different ways. County queen in a sundress, every smile feels brand new. This whole fair could disappear, I'd still come just for you. County queen in a sundress, holding tightly to my hand, making ordinary moments feel exactly like they. The old dance hall filled right up with fiddles leading every tune. Boots sliding across weathered boards underneath the rising moon. We danced until our faces glowed, laughing every missed out step. You said, I think you're getting better. I said, don't set the bar that high just yet. Then fireworks filled the sky, painting colors overhead. You leaned against my shoulder without another word being said. Some moments don't need promises, they don't need fancy lines. They quietly become forever, one heartbeat at a time. Years from now, when someone asked how I knew that you were mine, I'll never mention perfect words or any grand design. I'll tell them about a county fair one warm July evening, about a girl in cowboy boots who smiled at everyone she met. How she made an ordinary night feel extraordinary without even trying. That's the kind of beauty you never forget. County queen in a sundress, still the prettiest girl around. The breeze caught your sundress one last time, and I knew no blue ribbon could ever compare. July sun was sinking low behind the rows of waving corn. Another county fair was waking just as another night was born. A warm breeze carried fiddle songs across the fields so fresh and green. There ain't another place on earth quite as peaceful as this scene. I pulled into the dusty lot just as the church clock struck 6. The old blue Chevy rattled proud, still running on a few old tricks. Folks were gathering by the gate, neighbors laughing face to face. Kids were chasing little bubbles all across the open space. Then I saw you by the lemonade, pouring sweet tea with your mom. The evening somehow slowed itself like it knew where I belonged. You smiled and handed me a mason jar filled up with ice clear to the top. You said, "Careful now, it's mighty sweet." I said, "So are you." You laughed. "Oh, stop." The Ferris wheel lit up behind you like it knew just what to do. Every light became another reason to spend the night with you. Sweet tea, sunset, and you, three things I never outgrew. Backroad skies, county lights, everything just feels so right. Sweet tea, sunset, and you, nothing else I'd rather do. If tomorrow never came, I'd still say I lived the dream. With sweet tea, sunset, and you. We strolled beneath the carnival lights, past the blue ribbon produce stand. Farmers proudly showing harvest raised with weathered honest hands. The scent of smoked barbecue mixed with peach cobbler in the air. Every booth held little stories only country folks could share. A young boy won a giant bear, his daddy carried it instead. A little girl in tiny boots wore a cowboy hat too big for her head. You pointed toward the music stage where the fiddles filled the square. Without a word you grabbed my hand and pulled me over there. Sweet tea, sunset, and you, that's my favorite point of view. Simple days, simple dreams, better than they always seem. Sweet tea, sunset, and you, every year feels fresh and new. One more dance, one more song, right where we belong. The dance floor bounced beneath our boots as the band played something fast. Every spin and every laugh
made us hope the night would last. Then the music slowed right down, couples gathered close once more. You rested softly on my shoulder like you'd done 100 times before. The fireworks burst across the sky, red and gold and silver blue. Each reflection in your eyes looked brighter than the ones we knew. I whispered, if life stays this simple, I'd never ask for more. You smiled and softly answered, I think that's what love's for. Maybe one day we'll own a porch with rocking chairs beneath the trees, watching grandchildren catch fireflies carried by the evening breeze. We'll tell them stories of this fair, of old blue trucks and Ferris wheels, of sweet tea shared in mason jars, and how simple love still feels. Because forever isn't measured by how rich you become, it's measured by the people you still want beside you when the music is done. Sweet tea, sunset, and you, still my favorite summer view. Every mile, every year, brings these memories back here. Sweet tea, sunset, and you, like the morning covered in dew. No matter where this life may roam, your hand will always lead me home. One more summer, one more fair, one more slow dance, waiting there. Just sweet tea, sunset, and you. The last lantern flickered, the band packed away, the gravel road waited, but in my heart that mason jar is still cold. The sunset still glows, and you're still smiling right beside me. The sun tucked itself behind the hills, like it knew it was time to leave, giving way to a million lights that only summer could believe. Across the fields, the Ferris wheel started painting circles in the sky, neon blooming over rows of corn, like stars had learned to fly. Friday boots on a gravel road, radio singing in old George Jones. Every mailbox, every fence felt like somewhere I'd always known. Windows down, sweet evening air, wildflowers dancing by the lane. There ain't another drive on earth that could ever feel the same. I saw your truck beside the gate, tailgate down beneath an oak. You waved a paper fan at me and laughed before you even spoke. You said, I saved your favorite seat. I asked, front row for the band. You smiled and pointed toward the hill, best sunset in the land. The first guitar began to ring, the fiddle found its place. Every year this little fair still puts a smile on every face. Neon over the hayfields lighting up the summer night, country hearts keep beating under every glowing light. Neon over the hayfield, shining brighter than the moon. Every love song sounds better when it's playing just for you. Hold my hand, stay a while. Let's get lost in every mile, where the neon meets the hayfields and the stars begin to smile. The Midway smelled of kettle corn, fresh squeezed lemonade and pie. Kids with painted tiger faces pointing toward the evening sky. The 4-H kids stood proudly beside the calves they'd raised all year. Parents snapping every picture, trying hard to hide a tear. The blacksmith's forge was glowing red, making horseshoes by the fire. An old cowboy tipped his hat as the sparks climbed even higher. You bought matching fair bracelets, braided red and county blue. Tied mine tightly on my wrist, said, "So you can't forget me too." I laughed and said, as if I could, "Neon over the hayfields, where forever feels so near. Every laugh becomes a memory we'll carry year to year." Neon over the hayfields, glowing soft across the land. Every promise feels stronger with your fingers in my hand. One more ride, one more tune, one more dance beneath the moon, where the neon kisses hayfields every June and every July. The dance hall floor was crowded, boots tapping perfect time. Every fiddle note kept echoing like an old familiar rhyme. We joined the line of dancers, though neither led too well. Still somehow every awkward step turned into stories we'd tell. The Ferris wheel climbed slowly, giving us a bird's eye view. Tiny lights across the valley like heaven shining through. You leaned against my shoulder, watching fireworks fill the air. Each colorful reflection, hidden dreams we both could share. Some folks chase the city lights, looking for a bigger stage. But give me this old county fair on any summer page. Give me weathered wooden benches, kids with cotton candy smiles. Give me old folks telling stories that could stretch for country miles. Give me fields that smell like harvest, music drifting through the breeze. Give me one more July evening and your hand holding mine. That's enough for me. Neon over the hayfields, the crickets took over. The neon dim, but out across those quiet hayfields, a memories still shine. Love still grows. The music faded, the crickets took over, the neon dimmed, but out across those quiet hayfields, the memories still shine. The first stars peeked above the pines as the summer sun slipped low. The fairgrounds came alive again in a warm, familiar glow. Old friends gathered at the gate like they always did each year. You could hear the laughter long before you ever reached the fair. The carousel was spinning slow, painted horses standing proud, children reaching for the sky, laughing louder than the crowd. I found you near the old red barn, helping hang the welcome signs. You brushed a little dust away and caught me smiling from the line. You laughed and said, "You're running late." I grinned, I had to wash my truck. You rolled your eyes and shook your head. Well, I guess you cleaned it enough. We headed toward the Midway lights with nothing but the night to spend. Another county fair beginning, another chapter, another weekend. Every summer writes a story on these roads we've always known, and somehow every page leads me back to you. Carousel dreams and cowboy boots, that's where my heart keeps running to. Round and round, year after year, finding you right here. Carousel dreams and cowboy boots, country skies and old dirt roots. Take my hand, don't let it go. We'll dance wherever the music floors. Love feels easy, love feels true. And carousel dreams and cowboy boots. The pie auction drew a crowd. Peach cobblers stole the winning bid. The auctioneer talked twice as fast as anyone else ever did. The smell of smoked brisket floated through the cooling air. Grandpa swapped fishing stories in weathered folding chairs. We wandered through the craft displays, handmade quilts and cedar boards, old guitars and painted signs. Every booth had heart and soul. You bought a little wind chime made from old horseshoes and pine. Said one day this'll hang on our porch. I smiled, I was hoping you'd say that sometime. Carousel dreams and cowboy boots still fit better than a suit. Give me stars instead of gold. These simple nights never grow old. Carousel dreams and cowboy boots, that's the road I'd always choose. Every laugh, every kiss, life don't get much better than this. The band called everyone together for one big square dance in the field. Young and old stamped into line like tradition was never meant to yield. The caller shouted every move, the fiddles flew from note to note. Boots beat rhythms in the gravel, every stomp another vote. For slowing down, for staying close, for living while the music plays, not waiting for tomorrow to appreciate today. The
Ferris wheel stood watching quietly, turning through the summer breeze, like it had seen 1,000 love stories written underneath its lights. Someday we'll have silver hair, maybe slower in our stride, but I hope we'll still come walking these same fairgrounds side by side. We'll point toward the carousel, tell our grandkids that's where it began. They'll probably laugh and roll their eyes like young folks always can. But maybe one warm July evening they'll understand it too, that forever doesn't always start with fireworks. Sometimes it starts with one ride and someone beside you. Carousel dreams and cowboy boots, still the life I'd always choose. Every summer, every song reminds me where I belong. Carousel dreams and cowboy boots, beneath these skies so white and blue. If love could wear an old pair of boots, it'd probably look like you. Carousel dreams and cowboy boots, carry me home again to the lights, the laughter, the music, and you. The carousel slow, the horses stood still, the music drifted away. But every summer, when those lights return, so do the dreams and those old cowboy boots. There's a road that winds through waving fields, past weathered barns and old fence lines. Every July it leads me back to where the good old days still shine. The radio's playing an old country tune, the windows are rolled halfway down. You can almost smell the funnel cakes before you even reach the town. The courthouse clock struck 6:30, church bells drifted through the breeze. Kids rode bikes down Main Street laughing, fireflies danced beneath the trees. The fairground sat beyond the creek, already going gold and white. Every banner softly waving, welcoming another Friday night. Then I saw you by the garden gate, talking with your mama there. You turned around and caught my eye like you'd been waiting all year. You ran across that grassy hill with that smile I always knew. Before the fair had even started, it already felt brand new. Some places never lose their magic, no matter how much time goes by.
Maybe it's the people, maybe it's the memories, maybe it's the summer sky. Summer sky, small town heart, that's where every story starts. Dusty roads and county songs where everybody still belongs. Summer sky, small town heart, you and me were never far apart. Every July brings us home to the place we've always known. Underneath that evening blue, it all comes back to me and you. We wandered through the handmade quilts, each one stitched with family pride. Every patch another chapter of the county's countryside. The blacksmith's hammer rang out strong, children gathered all around. Watching sparks fly through the twilight as they hit the dusty ground. The pie tent smelled of cinnamon, peach and blackberry side by side. You convinced me to judge them all, though I nearly burst with pride. The old-time fiddlers tuned their strings just outside the dance hall door. One familiar melody had everybody asking for more. Summer sky, small town heart, simple dreams are works of art. Holding hands beneath the lights, making memories every night. Summer sky, small town heart, every ending is a brand new start. One more dance before we go, one more road we'll always know. Summer sky, don't fade away, stay with us another day. The Ferris wheel climbed toward the moon, giving us the perfect view. Fields stretched out for miles around, covered in the evening dew. You pointed toward the old water tower, standing proud against the stars, said no matter where life takes us, we'll always know where we are. Down below, the marching band led the annual fair parade. Children waved their little flags while grandparents smiled and swayed. When the fireworks finally bloomed across the warm July night, your hand found mine without a word. Everything just felt right. Life keeps turning like that Ferris wheel, round and round through every year. Some seasons bring new beginnings, others leave us missing what was here. But every time the summer calls and the lightning bugs return, I remember what really matters. And everything I've learned. Home isn't measured by a map or the miles beneath your tires.
It's measured by the people who make your heart feel alive. Summer sky, small town heart, you're the finest work of art. County lights and fiddle tunes dancing underneath the moon. Summer sky, small town heart, you're still where my best memories are. Every smile, every kiss, every little moment just like this. If tomorrow takes us far away, we'll still.
The sun was sliding down the tree line. Another July evening rolled in slow. The fairgrounds buzzed like a beehive with every light beginning to glow. The smell of popcorn filled the breeze, funnel cakes and barbecue. But there was one little corner where I was hoping I'd find you. You said we'd meet around sunset, didn't say exactly when. So I leaned against the old concession, watching folks come rolling in. Kids were running with balloons, parents laughing close behind, teenagers showing off their papers, thinking no one else could shine. The loudspeaker announced the rodeo, the Ferris wheel began to spin. Then through the crowd I saw you smiling, and my whole night could finally begin. You wore a plaid shirt tied at the waist, blue jeans faded soft with time. A little daisy tucked behind your ear like summer wrote the perfect rhyme. You waved that little paper ticket like it was our secret plan, then pointed with a laughing smile, meeting me at the corn dog stand. Meet me at the corn dog stand, take my heart into your hand. We'll walk these gravel paths together like this summer lasts forever. Meet me where the mustard stains become our favorite little jokes, where laughter rises with the music and happiness comes easy, folks. Meet me at the corn dog stand. That's where every dream began. We ordered two with extra mustard, one basket full of curly fries. You stole the pickle from my plate with mischief dancing in your eyes. We found a picnic table under strings of glowing lights, watching families all around us, making memories every night. The little train rolled slowly by, kids waving like a hometown parade. Grandmas clapped for every rider like they'd all been royalty today. An old Bleemer's band started picking near the livestock judging barn. Every fiddle note seemed stitched together with the county's quiet charm. Meet me at the corn dog stand, where we never need a plan, just good food and country music holding tight while fiddles play. Meet me where the evening breeze carries laughter through the trees. We'll leave our footprints side by side across the fairgrounds every July. Meet me at the corn dog stand. You'll always know where I am. The fireworks waited patiently till the sky turned navy blue. We climbed aboard the Ferris wheel to catch the very best view. The whole fair sparkled underneath us like a blanket made of stars. Every little glowing light looked brighter from where we were. You rested gently on my shoulder as the wheel turned nice and slow. Neither one of us was talking, some moments say enough alone. When the ride came back to earth, you squeezed my hand just one more time and whispered, "Let's do this every summer." I answered, I was hoping you'd say that. Years from now, these food stands may wear a different coat of paint. The menus might all change around, but this memory never will. I'll still remember mustard on your cheek and powdered sugar on my shirt. How we laughed until our sides both hurt over nothing much at all. That's the funny thing about love. The biggest memories usually start with the smallest moments. Meet me at the corn dog stand where forever wasn't planned. It simply found us in the middle of one ordinary night. Meet me where the county band played beneath the twilight sky, where every summer breeze still whispers that young hearts never really die. Meet me at the corn dog stand next July. And everyone after that, we'll keep coming back as long as these old back roads lead us home. Meet me at the corn dog stand. I'll be waiting. The grill's cooled down, the lights blinked out, the crowd disappeared. Every time July comes around, I still find myself looking toward that little corn dog stand.